got there and it was.
We spent a lot of the last episode debating whether or not we traveled during night or day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that turned into like 90% of it was people arguing over that.
It's not like I can tell the difference.
Is it morning or nighttime? It's one of them.
Yep.
It's right now. What time is it now?
It's a day.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Which I guess that completely unrelated to that. Technically, you would be able to know if it's hot or cold.
That makes sense, actually.
I found it real quick. I know Kunga wandered off to a rock. He was chilling there doing his meditation. I think everybody else just went to bed, yeah?
Me and Desmond went to a tower, I think.
You're down there.
I think I went to bed. I think.
Everybody's
Also
trying to
went
be
to bed.
well rested for when shit goes sideways.
It is a very uneventful sleep.
It's fine.
Mams, do you remember what you were going to the tower to do?
No clue at this point.
We're going to assume you slept too. Everybody had a good nap.
I was gonna say, I think he was taking a nap because if they saw something from either one of the towers,
Yeah, he just wanted to be near the guard tower so that he could basically hear if something was going on.
Okay.
Maybe. Let's go with that. Just be honest. There's probably something stupid I wanted to do, but
I mean,
let's just-
that was the
we'll go
reasoning
with
you
that.
gave. You wanted to be at the guard tower just in case if something went down, so you knew rather than being stuck in an inn or whatever.
A burning down inn. So it is an uneventful sleep. Everybody.
How uneventful. On a scale of 1 to nothing.
I mean, I figure uneventful means nothing, but maybe you had a nightmare?
There's a really uncomfortable rock under your back, and it just.
God
So
damn it.
everybody does get all their like your daily skills and spells and stuff like that reset if you needed to. I don't think anybody had used anything.
What are skills? I don't have any of those.
Use your fists.
Oh. My fists are nice and rested for punching.
That's what I was gonna say.
Aren't you at the level where stunning fist is a thing?
I don't know. I need to.
I can't remember if that's actually 4 or not.
or 5. Yeah, I can't remember if that's 4 or 5.
I think it's next level.
I think if no, not really blows, but
He's not the punch wizard yet.
okay, yeah. Oh no, you start with stunning fist,
Oh.
but that's just and that's an extra feat, or it's that feat for free, basically. So it is the next day. Everybody's woken up. were y'all wanting to do anything in the town? I'm assuming everybody has kind of recongregated.
I don't even remember why we're at the town.
Don't
I
remember.
remember. I remember why we're at the town. I'm just being a dumbass.
Yes.
Before we go do the important thing, are there any vendors around that I could have seen? That might have
It's just looking around. It's a very small, basically farming town.
something? Okay, never mind.
You could go try and find someone and ask if you can buy stuff, but it depends on what you're trying to buy.
Potions.
Your best bet for that would probably be like some kind of herbalist or witch doctor.
That's all right. I'll just hang out with you guys.
Here's some cocaine. It'll make you feel better.
She doesn't need any cocaine. You saw what happened when she was drinking.
She stopped drinking really fast. That's what happened.
She got
And
very
they give you
drunk.
free haste.
She doesn't need the free haste. She's fine.
He doesn't need
pound-
free haste. I got the haste. I'm the dealer, if you will.
You don't actually make them bigger. You just give them a lot of drugs so they think they're bigger.
This whole campaign just one
This
long
mushroom
dude
is great.
trying to pretend to be a wizard the entire time.
He's casting fireball, and you see him over there with a fucking lighter and a
I am a siege
wet rag.
mage. That's what you do. I use siege weapons.
I cast ballista, and you're over there fucking assembling the thing.
Clink, clink, clink.
So you did come this way into town to, I do remember at least this much. Basically go a longer route away from the main path of everybody taking the scroll of bad things. Or a scroll, the page of bad things
I want to say notebook page.
to the capital.
Since I am not allowed to have it, I'm going to follow those who are.
It's in the cart.
I'll follow the cart.
Is there anything anybody is wanting to do here, look for here? I did rewatch the end of the video. Unless I just completely missed it in there. It's now like kind of early afternoonish. Unless I just completely misheard what I was reading there.
I don't remember you giving a time or anything like that. I'm fine with that.
We'll call it 11.
What is this 11? We were on a 10-hour clock here in this whatever world it is.
Who's up at the crack of noon?
What is noon?
It's when the big angry ball in the sky is above you.
That's a cue. What are you talking about?
You're not the blind one. Is there anything he wants to do here? Talk to people.
No, I'm good. Like, I probably wouldn't talk to anybody.
No, I'm just making sure people don't take the page.
You're guarding the cart.
I am. I don't trust friends.
So what you're saying is we're gonna buy a bunch of garlic. I remember who the big bats are.
Buy a bunch of garlic, just strap it to the outsides of the cart and laugh.
Yep. They won't go in an area with a strong odor of garlic.
And then they send the 3 skeletons to just go take it from you.
Yeah, but that's 3 skeletons. They're easier to fight. They're easier to fight than 1 vampire, damn it.
I can take on some skeletons.
The worst that could happen.
2 HP.
She could almost die again.
So
Yeah.
if I created a little like marionette type thing out of like those what are they called? The fishing trousers. And filled
Waders?
them, yeah, those. And filled them with water, and then attached a little marionette system to it. Could I have them be afraid of running water?
I was wondering where you were going with it.
As soon as you said something about that, it got to the end, I kind of knew. I just didn't want to acknowledge you said that.
I had no idea where it was going. I like it. I like that idea. You should do it.
I do now have the idea of like two vampires that have literally just ripped a building apart, standing there huddled in a ball because trousers full of water are running in circles around them.
That would fit right in with dysentery.
Just find someone to pee in front of them. That'll be okay. Slow them down for a minute.
Yikes.
Ah, joke's on you. I already did.
Uh, if no one is wanting to do anything else here, y'all can roll on out then. Hoof on out. You're not technically walking, but you're on a horse.
I was gonna actually roll something.
What for? Go ahead. I mean, like, yeah, if you're going to do stuff, just tell me you're doing it.
No,
You don't have to wait for me to ask.
You said roll on out. You said roll, and I got prepared. Anyway.
I'm gonna go hit her real quick, guys. Hold on. Just deafen yourselves.
I was expecting an Autobots reference, but that's just me.
Seth already knows that I've been spacey today. He should have expected something.
She's on the meds because she got sick.
I do. I'm sick.
Pull up page. So yeah, now y'all kind of have to decide: are you going to using the wonderful map here? You do kind of have choices. You can continue to follow the main road because I know that y'all are going to the like slightly larger town below the very large town, and you stopped like at the water. Yeah, that one. You do have options here. You could attempt to boogie your way. Drawer. You could kind of straight line your way that way, or you could continue along the road this way. One actually does put you on a road, so you will obviously move a lot faster. The other one will be off-roading and hoping to God you don't get lost.
Would we also be able to do that? Just start following behind them?
Yeah, I mean, you could make your way that way.
All right. Well, I'll leave the decision to somebody else.
I mean,
Yeah.
hell, for all I care, y'all could go straight south, say fuck it, and hit the mountains. The world is your oyster.
I don't like oysters.
They can't know where the page is if we don't know where we are, right?
I got it, guys. We'll go get lost, and no one will know where we're at.
I mean,
Get
that's
on
an
a boat and take
that's
the
an
river.
interesting take on that issue that we're having.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are basically, as of right now, the only people who know what your plans are nobody because you don't know what your plans are. So, literally, all you were told was guard captain dude is going straight there. They're making a big show of leaving with the thing. You guys are just supposed to get there at some point, hopefully alive and hopefully with the page.
I mean, we could always, just go out to sea and drop the page out there.
A rock on it, throw it in the river, say fucking him out.
Go feed it to the cracker.
That's one way to do it.
I think we should be sneaky snakes.
So let's throw it in a bottle and just treat it like a message in a bottle.
Nah,
I feel like that's kind of kicking the can down the road.
bottles have a chance of floating back up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even go out to sea with it. You just like lob it off the beach, and the next wave brings it back.
Exactly.
right in front of the other guys.
Like, well, vampire guy has a thing, so who wants to get the fuck out of here?
Well, that's not our problem now.
We got our 2,000 gold. Let's dip.
Oh, yeah, y'all did get paid up front, didn't you?
Yeah.
Half. Yeah, y'all gotta talk amongst yourselves to figure out how you want to do this. You've got really however you want to do. You don't have to take the thing there. You could quite literally hand that page to random fuckhead number 6 in the town, say this is now your problem, and just leave.
Come on, this is a rare artifact. You could sell that for a lot of money.
They're like country bumpkins.
vampire
They probably-
Not
Yeah,
here.
you know,
Not here.
Entry has a point. You could technically just go sell the page to the vampires.
Their offer is 4,000. What do you got?
Why would you start a pyramid scheme?
Yeah, isn't that what the chickens are for?
Yeah.
True. So how do we go get some kitchens? Chickens, not kitchens. Wait, what? Do kitchens exist here, or is it just kind of like more of just a fire pit?
They know what a kitchen is.
I don't know. These
and-
people look a little rough.
An oven with a range, an ice box. I mean,
Have they
Or-
unlocked the hearth off of Valheim?
Have the hearth option. Yeah, no, like I said, y'all gotta figure out how y'all want to do stuff. You have literally whatever you want to do. I promise you, it will not be the stupidest thing I've ever heard, and I can probably roll with it. If it gets too crazy, I just start killing people until you become not dumb.
I'm all for just going east.
Yep, sounds like a plan to me.
I'll just go with everybody else. I'm bad at directions, so I'm not reliable.
Her character is kind of dumb. Don't let her make the intelligent decisions.
Sorry, what's the decision? I had to yell at the cat.
Yeah, really, just y'all are deciding what you want to do from here. You're out of
Sneaky
the.
snake way.
Which way's that? East and then north, or
Yeah,
there was
east and
Injury's
then
idea of just sneaking behind the guys that are going.
East
I
and
guess-
north.
That seems to be the
Do we have a box?
what for and what kind.
The snake.
Cardboard. Yeah, snake. Cardboard box. Very important.
Can I roll to see if cardboard has been invented in this world yet?
Cardboard has not been invented here yet.
Could we invent cardboard?
Be a good way to package the chickens.
Why would you put a chicken in cardboard?
Why wouldn't you?
The eggs.
I was say, why not?
Have you ever been to KFC? What do you think those buckets are made of?
I thought we were talking live chickens.
Hey, whatever they're
What do you
buying.
think the chickens are made of?
Yeah,
Live
I have been
chickens?
at KFC. I can answer that question.
Live chickens are mailed in cardboard boxes.
I want a
They're
spider
usually
chicken with 8 legs.
Drider?
Not quite. Close enough.
It's a drider with a chicken instead of a draw for a face.
Yeah. That sounds delicious.
If y'all do choose, I'm assuming consensus has been Boogie East, continue on toward the other town that I will
Let's
totally
follow
have
the
a name
road.
for. Not that one. That one? Yeah, there it is. So just so I have it in my head again too, Kunga's on the cart because he's blind. His horse is tied to it. Everybody else is on their own horse.
I'm not.
I can't even
unconscious,
remember.
so
Did we
yes.
have horses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Horses,
on mine.
carts, gear.
My horse's name is in your
Did they give me
face.
materials to build a ballista on the wagon?
No.
I should have been there for that one. I should have been there for that. I feel like I would have just been like Rocket though, and I need that guy's leg.
So are we
Uh,
rolling these?
Oh, I wrote a climb just so I could climb on my horse to see what I got.
That's not how it works.
I know. I thought it would be funny.
As you belly crawl to your horse and try and slowly slither up the fucking stirrup.
Me and his horse
Climb
are
on
gonna
the
be
horse.
good friends. I love you, horsey.
I have 18,000 fucking tables open. Okay, sorry, I had to pull something up, read it. So everybody mounts up in whatever way, shape, or fashion they decide to mount up, and begin the lovely eastward trek. So I have this for myself. Where is green? Fuck. Oh, weird. Nicole's told me something. I got it straight. As you head out of town, you do see like people are just kind of looking, but they're not like super. From what everybody can see, just casually looking around. No one is super interested in you leaving. You know, obviously this town does see people come and go.
Later, bitches.
You see that one guy in the crowd flip you off.
Yeah, yeah.
um, I need to witness it. It is an uneventful trip so far. Y'all go for about an hour and a half. It's getting a little more into the afternoon. And up in the actually make perceptions for me, except for
Everybody?
Kunga. Everybody but Kunga make a perception. I'm assuming that y'all are actually paying attention to the shit that's going on around you, except for Kunga.
I'm
Alright,
paying
well,
attention to every goddamn thing within 60 feet that's not flying. That's what I'm paying attention to.
You're the close-in weapon system.
Yup.
Nicole can make hers when she gets back, but it's well off on the horizon. But y'all do see. I'm not drawing the whole like filling it in. Yeah. Shut up. My drawing is fine. Not to scale.
A giant green sperm.
Maybe. It's coming right towards you.
Oh Lord, it coming.
That's technically they already did that part. Over like it's still off on the horizon. Y'all do see a forest out in front of you. I just assume it also goes this way. Yeah. Here, pretend all of that actually makes sense and it's woods. Just kind of best estimating it. You figure you'll be at least at the edge of it within another 30 minutes to an hour. I kind of hate you draw that, but now I see the man. you can't see a from where you're at now. You just see the kind of mass of greens of green. Whew. Excuse me. One second, get some water.
Oh. A wooded area in between two major
Water.
towns.
Water got it.
We're likely to run into bad
Bandits.
people.
You see, bad people or dead people.
Well,
Yes.
sooner or later.
One leads into the other.
But wait, guys, what if we're the baddies?
I mean,
Not yet.
I don't know you guys' backstories.
I'm too
And nobody
honest to
will.
be bad.
Who knows how Gunga got blind?
Uh-oh.
So yeah, y'all are coming up. Nicole, go ahead and make your perception, but
Okay.
like Smash Mouth, Terry, and the Morbitar were able to. Hey, you actually did it pretty good too.
Wow.
So y'all are able to see it like back from where you're at. If, like I said, figure another 30, 45 minutes ish until you're getting into it.
From where we're at,
Yes.
does it seem like the canopy would basically blot out the sun?
From this distance, you can't really tell that well, but it is a very just from what you can see, it looks like a very thick, heavy forest.
Oh boy.
Yep. Bad guys.
Bad guys who can't step into the sun.
Possibly.
Does it look like it is all encompassing the way, or can we go around it?
You can't see an end on either side from where you're at. It does extend off.
No, what? We are idiots. We should have asked for a fucking map.
Yeah, I'm kind of just filling shit in as you go. That's why you don't have something. So you, like I said, you do have time before you're at it. You could attempt to go up or down. Or you could just try and go through it. Because you also have to remember you don't know how thick the forest is. You don't know how heavy it is. For all you know, it's literally the next town is literally in the middle of the forest. Ignore the happy little man.
We're so happy.
Y'all gotta talk to yourselves. This isn't me helping you.
Does anybody have knowledge nature ranks?
Nope.
Besides me.
If it's not a weapon, I don't know shit.
Yeah. Being the skill monkey. I was either thinking roll knowledge nature to see if we could figure out more about the forest, or roll knowledge geography to see if I know a fucking way around it.
Could I do
Because I have ranks in both.
roll knowledge history? Or would it be more geography?
I feel like it would be either geography if you're looking for like the lay of the land, or nature if you're looking for information about the woods.
Okay. I don't know. There could be like a bunch of folk tales about the forest.
I mean, I don't know. You can ask about that. I don't know that bit of the game.
I'm asking that.
I have no idea.
For like kind of figuring out the geography of the place, it would be geography. History would be like, has any massive wars or anything happened here?
Has there been any
okay.
massive deforestation in the area?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Hey, is this the forbidden cursed forest that everyone talks about?
You're welcome to throw it, like, because, and the way I'm kind of looking at it, like, geography would be looking around and just kind of like, okay, I kind of know how we might be able to go around this, we might not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any ranks in it, but like,
I have Bardic, so I can take a roll on anything. So YOLO.
oh, you have to have ranks in it to roll it.
Yeah.
For the knowledges, you usually do.
And you get the good roll, of course.
The knowledge geography is just a basic roll. It's on the sheet.
Well, it's one of the ones where you have to have
Yeah, I think,
a single rank in it. At
Yeah, I
least.
think knowledge is also like UMD. You actually have to. It's a trained skill. You have to have a rank in it somewhere.
Yeah.
I just get some of it from my ability, apparently, because I'm intelligent.
Yeah, you just have higher base knowledge, but
I'm rolling garbage tonight. It's gonna be a fun day.
Holy shit.
I closed that. Yeah, run, Forest, run. Well, you know there are woods over there, but from where you're at and what you know about the area and stuff like that, you're really not sure.
Damn it.
If you're looking for like how far they extend and stuff like that, you're not sure how far to judge it. Your answer is, yep, there's trees.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Now Kunga has more information. He wouldn't have known that.
I should ask, while y'all are sort of figuring this stuff, have you still been going toward it? Or did you like, there's trees and then just stop in the middle of the road?
I don't see a reason to stop.
Okay. I just wanted to ask.
So we'll wait till we get closer to get a better idea of what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Now, while you are trying to look around and figure out where it goes and where you're at and all that good stuff, getting close to it, you do see that there has been a path cleared. So the road you're on actually has been cut through the forest. It's not just road goes to a forest, stops, have fun with trees.
I kind of figured there'd be an actual path, considering it's
Yeah, it's
Right.
on a main road.
yeah. The path really isn't the issue. It's what's on the side of it.
So do we have a compass?
Does anybody know Detect North?
I have a compass.
Because it'll be handy to getting through this thing if we know which way we're going.
North is that way.
I mean, if we just keep walking in a straight line, we should be fine, right?
Yeah, you do have the road to follow.
I was say unless the path curves or forks, in which case, hey, you're gonna take the left, the right.
It does loop-de-loops in the fucking woods.
Yeah.
And again, y'all also had the option. You don't have to follow the path. You could just try and navigate your way through the woods. You do have to remember you have a wagon and horses, but
Yeah, no.
attempting to navigate through the woods is also a thing. You have stabby, punchy people that could be scouts and stuff like that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom while y'all figure that one out.
What if they stab and punch the trees?
And then the tree stab and punch back.
He didn't say it was a magic forest.
They usually don't. That's something you get to find out all on your own.
I'll let you guys punch the trees and then you know.
The trees
I mean,
won't
I'm
be
just-
harmed if Lorax is armed.
How big are the trees? Oh wait, he's not here.
Yeah, he. Got
My
it.
assumption would be an old growth forest.
I was gonna say
Okay,
something this size.
So not short enough for me to enlarge someone and then they can just like run through it.
No.
Got it. What if I enlarge someone and haste them at the same time?
Then
I,
they can not be tall enough to run through it faster.
yeah. Or I mean, I can't imagine that you can
I
make
was
yourself
gonna
big
say,
enough to bulldoze trees.
but can Kunga, he can't see. I was gonna say, can he, crouching tiger, hidden dragon, just fly through the trees?
Nope.
Can fly into
I
the
was-
trees.
I was gonna say, yeah,
You can
watch
jump
out
to
for
the
that
wheel.
tree.
Like George of the
I mean,
Jungle.
I could like crouching tiger, hidden dragon. It probably.
Yeah, but how would you see?
I have.
So it's about feeling it.
Yeah. If
Feeling
it's
the
within
moment.
We
if
can't
it's
yell
within 60
directions.
feet and touching the ground, I can sense it.
Well, I was talking about running
So-
across the treetops.
So if the
Yeah, but
trees
it's
are
touching the
obviously
ground.
touching the ground,
Yeah.
do you get to see the vibrations up the tree?
Yes.
So if it's a windy day, you're fine.
Well, even if it's not a windy day, like there's still movement.
Yeah, but the minute your foot leaves the tree, you now are floating in air. You can't see anything.
Bolt of you, I can see anything right now.
So I wonder how much noise pollution like a windy day in the forest would be for somebody that's actually trying to get through that kind of situation while blind.
What happened?
We're trying to figure out the mechanics of if I can
Crouching tiger,
crouching
hidden
tiger,
dragon.
hidden dragon across the tops of the trees.
I mean, that's going to be some really fun dexterity checks and acrobatics.
Especially for a blind guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we were saying though. Is like because they're touching the ground, shouldn't I be able to sense where they're at within 60 feet? Because they aren't like free floating.
I said as long as it's like a windy day, you could probably maybe feel some vibrations.
Blind sight. Let me pull that up specifically.
There's a rule for this already.
Oh, he has blind sight, so. And there is a difference between blind sight and blind sense.
I'm sure you've all like seen the meme, but it's like no one can win at D&D. Ha! You don't know how wrong you are. Whoever can make the most rules up from the DM is the one who wins.
Yep.
I just start dropping shit on you until you die.
Rocks fall as everyone dies.
I think that's a victory condition.
I was so good at D&D, the DM killed me.
No, you kept walking into fucking spears.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Because basically, kind of the way I've been doing for your blind sight
Mhm.
is like solid structures and stuff like that. You're able to kind of get a feel for.
Okay.
But as far like, just because it's kind of one of those, if you're sensitive enough for like things moving on the ground, just the basic shifting and settling of buildings and things would let you know where they're at.
hmm
So I mean, I would pretty much apply that to the trees and things too. It does get kind of screwy when you're up in the trees because most of the trees are going to be, more than 60 feet.
But
But
I mean, like the
well,
spirit
if
of it
you're-
though is that
yeah.
like.
well, and if you're on
just-
the branches are going to be moving, and branches
Yeah.
touching them are going to be moving, and
Yeah.
I can definitely see it working. I would have no problem with that being a thing
Okay.
if you're willing to try the acrobatics and dex checks. Save that for an emergency. call these pine trees?
I'm gonna do it at some point. I don't think I need to do it right now. Gonna do it though. Like, let's just go in. It's fine, guys.
Figure it out as we go.
Woods. It's the woods.
What's the worst that could happen, right?
Why are you all afraid of the woods?
Don't say that's the worst. What's the worst that can happen? That makes the worst things happen. I don't want to be by myself though, so I will go with you.
Have you ever played Wario's Woods?
Huh?
Never mind.
No.
He hasn't. No.
I don't even know.
Oh,
what
are you
that
talking to me?
is.
I mean, anybody.
So yeah, I'm assuming we're just like traveling straight forward and waiting for something to happen.
I'm also not just going to be like, you're in the woods and suddenly fucking arrows, so. I'm not that mean.
For whatever reason, thought you were gonna say suddenly zombies.
It's
Oh,
cool,
the-
suddenly zombies.
It's skeletons based on the first session.
Encounter.
I
And
didn't
zombies
say
were
it.
there too.
There were a few
Yeah.
zombies.
Was there?
Yes,
They didn't do much.
I killed them, and they almost killed me. They didn't do much.
I thought
The
there were
skeletons
skeletons
almost killed
based
you.
on the.
Yeah, no, there were skeletons and
It was-
zombies. I think you actually cannoned like 2 of each.
There was 4 of them lined up in.
Oh, so there was 4 of them line and just.
That's what I'm saying. I think you actually hit 2 skeletons and 2 zombies with the cannonball.
I know not what I kill, only that I do.
So, are we going to the woods?
Yeah,
I
YOLO.
think that's what we decided.
yeah.
Let's get it.
So do we win?
I want to make a ride skill check.
Why?
I don't know. I just do.
Want to make things harder on yourself?
Yes.
Hey, what are you trying to roll it for, though? What are you trying to do that needs one?
Ride my
Ride a horse in the spooky woods.
But you don't have to make a ride check just
I
to
know.
ride the horse.
I know. I said I
Make it. Go ahead and make it.
I said I
Go ahead and make
wanted to, not that I have to. Oh no.
Yep.
You did that to yourself.
You know what though? That was not a natural 1. I have a -1. I rolled a 2. I failed, but I didn't critically fail.
Well, as everybody else is heading off into the woods, your horse is now just kind of walking in circles, so we'll come back to you.
Come on, dum-dum, let's go.
You're still walking in circles. And getting farther away from everybody else.
Can I get off the horse and lead him?
Make
Yeah, but you're
fly
on
check.
foot.
What'd
Make
you
a
say?
what check?
Make a fly check.
Wait, I'll do it. I don't have it.
Don't fly.
0.
I have a -1 in that too, so that's not a good idea.
I like that. You just like, no, God, please. I keep closing the fucking tabs. All right. Let's take the sheet. That one.
So, you guys want me to go all sneaky beaky like and try to scout out the forest beforehand?
That sounds like a good idea to me.
No, probably yeah. That wouldn't be the worst idea.
How far do you guys want me to go in and check out before coming back and letting you guys know?
I
Like an hour and a half's worth.
Okay.
You mean like go out 45 minutes, come back?
Yeah,
All right.
that should get us a decent start, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's that. It could also just be he just moves ahead and y'all follow behind.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah,
have to go
let's-
slower.
I mean, either way, it's fine with me. Like, I don't mind
I was gonna
scouting
say,
out solo, but
Well, the reason I say that is because if you figure you go 45 minutes out and 45 minutes back to get to that point, it's another 45 minutes, and there's no telling what the hell happened in almost 2.5 hours.
yeah.
Well, not to mention, imagine I get 45 minutes out and then die.
Well, then we know when you're not back in an hour and a half that something bad happened, and that's a bad call to go through there.
We should go into that first.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you can push just a far vanguard. At least that way, if worst comes to worst, you can yell a lot and hope Sage doesn't make a fucking right check.
No, I learned my lesson.
No, you didn't.
I learned my lesson today.
You were literally about to make a fly check after making the fucking right check.
I
People,
was gonna say,
people
if he
give
wants to
me
go-
ideas and I do them without question.
if he wants to just go out about 60 feet ahead of everybody, I'm near the front of the thing with a bow, so I can at least put a few shots downrange if he's got trouble.
If we are going to be moving as a group and whatnot, I am not going to be able to be sneaky beaky like with a horse underneath me.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Can we
they
add
need
the
to
horse
let
to
you.
the collection behind the wagon?
Yeah, I mean it's you can just tie another one off.
Actually, do I want?
Give him like a 5-minute head start and walk slow.
Basically, like I'm not going to be going on the path. I'm going to be just inside of it, or like just inside of the woods.
Off to the side.
Yeah, because I mean, there's not really much point in being sneaky beaky like if I'm
Right down the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that works for me.
Yeah.
Roll your stealth and let's see where the.
Damn, only rolled a 13.
That's still really good.
Yeah.
What was the one thing where you were rolling like you rolled a 5 and got like a damn 27?
Mm,
I know that wasn't exactly how it worked, but I know you had like you had a lot of pluses and shit.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, this isn't for anything, but yeah, this is if I'm rolling in acrobatics in combat, or like you using the belt of tumbling or whatever. That was a 2.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah, I think that might be what I was thinking of. Um, unless I'm asking this more for me. Unless you say otherwise, I'm going to just assume you're kind of everybody else is able to follow you, basically. If that makes sense, like they can kind of tell where you're at.
yeah.
If you decide you're going just all out, I'm invisible now. Just let me know, and they'll have to perception to see you.
Yeah. Basically my plan was to essentially, I'm going, slow and steady. But like I'm, I guess about 10-ish feet, or like just far enough away that like somebody that's on the road would have a difficult time seeing me unless if they knew I was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was figuring. Like they're basically they know where you're at, so they can follow you pretty easy.
Yeah,
But someone else would have to be looking.
yeah. Like if they decide to, like I don't know, be sage essentially,
Yeah.
they probably wouldn't, or like they probably wouldn't, like they may not be able to see me, but they'd at least have a decent idea of where I am.
Yeah.
But to somebody who like had no idea I was there in the first place, yeah,
Or Sage.
yeah.
She'll probably wind up
So-
following a fucking squirrel through the woods.
Oh.
Am I wrong?
No, she'd hear the. Oh, there he is. He must be over there. This way.
It's a fucking dire bear or
And
something.
and
Buffy.
I mean, I'm not sure how much this actually matters, but I'm on the right side of the road, like going to like entering the forest, the right side of the road.
Okay.
So I guess the south side.
Yeah. Well, y'all have your setup. Do you want to move? And I hate asking this because it's going to take another 5 minutes to figure it out. Are y'all going to move in any kind of set order? The main group, or are you just going to kind of horses on the path? Let's go forward.
I'm gonna be
'Cause
behind stage.
Oh, Sage, you look to have been volunteered to be up front, so
That's a bad. Like, let me be behind somebody who knows where they're going.
you technically are. Terry's in the woods.
Oh, we just had this discussion. She would get distracted by a squirrel. So we need somebody a little bit smarter than her who can keep better track of Terry. So I volunteer to be second, but somebody else has to be in front of me.
That literally leaves the park.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was getting ready to volunteer you anyway.
I was gonna say, well, I've got a decent perception score, and I can actually, I've got the detect magic cantrip, so I can kind of keep
Fill
a,
up magic items.
well, see if there's any spooky shit going on in front of us. Like, hey, is there any not natural spooky shit up here? And it's a cantrip, so I can just keep running it.
Well, y'all have your thing, so I'm assuming you're heading out now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It bothers me
Alright.
that you fucking tokens are way down there. So you step off into it. Like we talked about, the party is able to keep an eye on Terry. It can kind of tell where he's at. I'll say you're probably about a good 25, 30-ish feet ahead of the rest of the group. That sounds kind of short to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could probably slinky anyway, just because
Yeah.
I'm trying to be sneaky through a forest, and they're trying to,
Go slow.
yeah. So like,
Enjoy a nice leisurely nature hike. Nothing weird going on here, guys.
I call it between probably like 60 and 100 feet. Just that makes it a good run.
yeah,
Because it doesn't make sense for you to literally be right in front of us. Like, hey, I think there's things here as they see the party. They're
Yeah,
getting
like-
riddled with arrows, and you're like, man, I think there might be people in the woods.
But yeah, I would imagine that the distance isn't exactly like set in stone.
Yeah, you're far enough to where you could spot a trap, hopefully, and warn them about it before they were literally in it. We'll put it that way. So I'm trying to figure roughly time.
An eye out for that spooky shit.
What do you say? Uh, I'll assume you're not constantly casting that, but we'll kind of
Just
like every now and then,
occasionally.
you burst it every
Ping.
now and then.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a ping. It's a cantrip. I can just burn it and bing. Nope.
like a sonar ping.
Bing.
You know what's funny about detect magic is you're casting magic to detect magic.
Yeah.
So-
Two idiots casting detect magic at each other.
Something seems odd here. Let me detect magic. Something seems odd here. Let me detect magic.
You see both of them, and they just keep concentrating harder and harder, trying to figure out what the fuck it actually is going on. It's just the other on the other side of the door casting detect magic at the door.
the endless loop of detecting magic.
I think this door is magic.
One of them stops. Oh God, it went away. I don't know what's going on.
I think we should leave. This shit's haunted. I feel like
The
there's a curse on
spells are
this door.
moving.
There's a curse on this door. Oh no, the curse is in the wall now.
Could you counter someone's detect magic by casting detect magic as the counter spell, but then they would detect you casting it to counter their spell?
Concentration. I was gonna say. I was actually saying what the if it had somatic or whatever components because pretty
I mean,
sure
is
bards can counter.
counterspell have a cast time or is it instantaneous?
Counter.
Depends on which.
Yeah.
If it's instantaneous, you won't. You just also not be casting it.
I'd have to look at it because counter spell is actually not a spell. You just use a spell slot to counter a spell of that level. I think it is. But I know there were some other rules behind it. I can't remember what they all are.
Nah, but
That-
there's also bards also have counter song, which means they can basically interrupt ones that have sound components by just drowning it out. Like I'm just gonna bugle into your face. You can't cast shit now.
Jackass with a ladle and a pot.
Is that meme with the girl running away from the tuba player?
The one.
You're literally doing nothing else the entire combat. You just follow a mage around being loud in his ear.
I know a song that gets on everybody's nerves.
God. Dumb and Dumber. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Oh yeah, it's free time. Because you're in the forest, and obviously it is forest.
There
The
are
path
bandits.
is
Arrows.
maybe. The path is shaded. It's not completely covered over because obviously it has been cleared out. And, and the path is wide enough for all three of you to ride your horses side by side comfortably. Like it is a fairly wide road. It's not just you could fit a single wagon down it. So it's been cleared off. There is sunlight and stuff coming down. It's I don't know how much timing y'all know, but 3:30, 4-ish in the afternoon now. It's getting a little later. Harry is bouncing ahead, and that's y'all keep up behind him. Fuck it, I'll make it out loud. I was trying to think of which check I want you to make. I'll ask it this just to kind of get an idea. Are you looking more specifically for like tracks and stuff like that in there, or are you more a general perception?
I'm
And I'll ask, one would be survival. Like survival would be more for like looking for.
like rather than like tracks or anything like that. I'm more worried about like an actual ambush.
I'll make that like a. I'll make a general perception, and then I can go off of that if we need to. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just go ahead and give me a just general perception check. For the first, we'll call it another half an hour. There's really nothing going on except the other people behind you doing whatever they are doing while they are following behind you. Because I'm going to assume they are not being quiet at all.
Nope.
Probably not.
Or being excessively loud just to get under his nerves.
Be sneaky, Charlie. Sneaky. That's my contribution.
I just imagine you actually doing that this whole way through.
Go to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
God, they took my kidney.
Terry disappears. You see in a bathtub in the middle of the road.
Where did they get this ice?
We
I don't
can
know
put
if
him
they'd
in
be
some
scared.
cold water.
I'm going to kind of break this up in that kind of 30-minute chunks like that too. So that, this first 30 minutes, Terry doesn't see anything really odd. It's just the woods, the occasional squirrel. Y'all are going through. Are y'all gonna, like I said, call it right now, 4:30ish. I'm not being exact with timing, so it's getting later, but it's not quite nighttime yet. Again, do y'all want to just keep pushing through because you still have no idea where this forest ends at? So,
Yeah, but do we want to be asleep in the woods if the bad guys show up?
well, that's what I was saying. It's not nighttime yet, so you could technically take a rest. Like you could basically kind of rest up and then move through during the night, or you could try and push.
How bad of a detriment is it if you don't get a full night's sleep once?
You get fatigued.
Yeah, you would just be fatigued. But again, like this is still that day. That would be.
I was gonna say we literally just woke up a few hours ago.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying though. Like, what?
Yeah,
I was
like-
gonna say, so even if we go to like 6 the next morning or something,
Yeah,
we're
like you
still
could
gonna be
technically just push through all night.
till morning.
Yeah. And even then, like to get rested, it doesn't require like I'm very lenient on that. If y'all rotated people sleeping in the fucking wagon, I would okay, people are getting rested while they're going. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Well, like I said, it's also kind of between you because again, you don't know how far this forest goes.
We could also push forward and see if we find an area that looks defensible to set up for either a rest or an overnight.
I mean, again,
I mean,
I only
there's
have to sleep for 2
I was like-
hours. So.
Oh well, the rest of us are like normal human beings.
Yeah, and again, too, though, like
Well,
I said,
I just mean like I could take a nap now, and then if you guys want to stay for go to sleep, I could just watch
Yeah.
like all night.
Yeah, you would watch.
Yeah, I would. I'm into
Freak.
that. What are you gonna do about it? I
Make
thought
eye
there was no
contact.
kink shaming here.
We're not kink shaming. We're just kink asking why.
Oh, okay.
There's also the problem if they fly.
And like I said, it's again. I'm going to do another.
And we've only been in this forest for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
like you
yeah.
haven't been here now yet.
In all honesty, I'm all for just
Keep
trying to
pushing.
get through it.
Yeah. Pushing until at least we see somewhere to set up, like vaguely defensible.
I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
The worst case scenario, we're further in than when we're done.
Like the three most dangerous areas in terms of ambush are directly in the middle and just before the exits. Or, I mean, I guess technically also just outside the exits, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like those are
Just keep
basically
swimming. Just keep
yeah.
swimming.
And
Uh.
since we're not sure where we are exactly in the forest, I'd rather the danger be behind us.
Yeah. Like we're far enough in the woods at this point where we're not going to outrun danger. Like if it wants to chase us.
Mhm. Yeah.
So the worst case scenario is we push forward to either get out or get into a place where we're able to at least choose where we're fighting from.
Yeah, let's push forward.
Okay.
Let's go.
Again, next 30-minute chunk. Mr. Terry, give me your perception check.
Okay. Am I keeping the same stealth roll as well?
Yeah, I'm going to let you keep the stealth unless you're going to actively do something to break it.
Okay. Mm.
I both love and hate that they're trending downward because if I do make something happen, I'm gonna seem like a jackass because I waited for it to hit 6.
Oh,
Of
well,
course, something happened when I rolled a fucking 6.
well, technically a 9 is the lowest it can go.
Technically, did a 1.
I was at 2. I was just say at this point I could have rolled that on a 1.
Yeah. And okay.
Maybe I should start keeping my eyes open.
Well, you gotta think he's farther ahead. You could technically
Yeah.
catch something he missed.
Yeah.
No, at the next chunk of time, y'all push through another 30 minutes. It's still very uneventful. Terry, you do kind of see up ahead just because of your positioning in the woods, off the road. You're not exactly sure, but you think you do see a road split. And that's more of a just the way the trees and stuff start to look. The party isn't quite at the point where they can tell yet.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna try to make my way closer to it to verify.
And see, this is what I say. Like, are the mouth. Are you just going to try and move a little quicker to see before the party gets there, or are you just gonna scoot up to it?
Yeah, I mean, like same pace as I've been doing.
Okay. I mean, I was just curious. I didn't know if you were going to try and like signal something strange, if that makes sense.
There's no point in signaling something
Yeah.
strange if I don't
You
know.
don't know something strange. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we'll just keep pushing that. You push up the road. Again, the party's still behind you, doing whatever the hell they're. I just assume they're all masturbating at this point.
What do you think I ever stopped?
Yikes. Stranger danger. I need an adult.
Uh,
I am an adult.
I need an adult. You're adult.
pushing up. It's not. I'm trying to think how to. You come to it since you're on the. Give me my draw. He do. Like path. You're on this part.
Yeah.
It splits that away. Then you've got one that goes up. And then the path also continues ahead. So like I assume you came to like if you're going to look at it, you're coming like over there. You're not going off into the road.
Yeah, pretty much.
Love my doodles.
Well, I guess real fast, I'm gonna attempt to just do a scan of the area as well as I can to. I mean, a crossroads like this is probably one of the best places to be ambushed. So, but like rather than continuing on, I'm gonna like actually scan here first and then go back and report my findings.
I see. Give me another perception. Oh jeez.
I mean, I imagine it'll be a little difficult to like peer from tree line to tree line, but
Yeah. Well, where you're at? Because I was trying to think if you're there and like you're stealthy enough for it to not super matter. 1 second. Oh jeez, I said burp. No, excuse me. Unless you are going to like cut across, that was not the right thing.
no, like I'm gonna be staying.
Staying there and looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna be staying in this quadrant. I guess is a good way of putting it.
Okay.
Yeah, and just trying to scan for potential movement, and whatnot, and then like whatever I end up seeing, I'm gonna report back to them because like this is definitely a decision that we want to make away from the junction.
Well, just with your perception score that technically does not exist in the game. Doing a quick scan, you do see a lot more, I guess, like scuffing of the road going the north to south than the east to west.
Okay.
You can't really pick numbers, and it doesn't look brand new, but probably within the last day or so. And if you want to get more, that would involve, getting out into the road and actually looking around and stuff like that.
Right. I mean, does it look like?
And if you have any questions too, like ask. You did roll high enough to where you can ask me what you want to know.
Yeah, well, like I wasn't even really considering the like the actual travel or whatever. I was actually more considering the like potential for ambush.
I mean, it's a good spot, but where you're at and looking, you don't really. There's nothing that you see that looks like one. You're not seeing any signs of people being right around there, anything in the woods. Again, if you really want to look, you're going to have to hop the road and go check the corners. But making a good scan, the only thing you really see is that north to south movement.
All right. Rather than continuing on, I'm gonna stay inside the woods, but work my way back towards the party, and when I meet up with them, yeah, I
Wave
guess,
them off.
yeah, I guess like drop my stealth and actually, converse with them, let them know about the like the tracks and whatnot, and the fact that at least from where I was at, I didn't see any outright danger.
Okay, I mean, you can go back and y'all see him coming back to you. So
Do we
You-
see him?
you see nothing until he's within 60 feet.
Okay.
That'd be kind of funny when like the slinky reaches that 60-foot mark and he just sees a little blip.
Disappears and comes back.
What the fuck? Oh, right.
Oh god, there's something in the woods. Oh no, it's gotta get. Oh god, there's something else in the woods.
So are we going?
Well, he's coming back to converse with the party. So as of this
Oh,
point,
I thought he had already gotten there.
okay. Well, yeah, he's back now, and then he's waving the party down. So now y'all have to. You can relay whatever information and thoughts you have on it, and then.
Yeah, well, I mean, all right.
I mean, I figured you saw what you were saying, but
Yeah, there's seems to be more tracks going north and south rather than east and west. So, do we want to follow those tracks or trailblaze on an already established trail?
Hmm.
Usually, if it's north to south, they're heading. There's more. That'll be a travel route more than just a whatever. Because usually, if there's that much traffic, they're heading between major destinations. So bigger town, possibly.
I'm down to go check it
Uh,
out if everybody else is.
Actually,
Yeah.
Rag,
yes.
it's a bit hard for me to tell since I haven't actually been on the road anyway, but I guess like now that I'm out of it, does it seem or like actually on the trail, does it seem like the trail that like we've gone through so far, is it mostly straight or is it like visibly curvy?
There's a few spots where it does very visibly curve, but it's been fairly straight-ish.
Is it like curving to go around a hill, like stuff like that? Or is it just kind of meandering?
I'm not even gonna bother with a fucking check for something like this. It's been kind of curving to go around hills. Like it's noticeably done that, but I'm talking like
We're still
Okay.
headed basically east.
very straight and then like stuff like that. Like it's not been something where you're like going, it's like uphill, uphill, uphill,
Okay.
stuff like that. It's been fairly. You have had a noticeable curve or two,
Okay.
but nothing.
But,
You didn't hook a left.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, like so like it has still been basically.
We're still
east.
going very predominantly east.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much, yes.
And from our understanding, the town that we're trying to go to is east.
Yes. Yeah, you know. You were told go out the road, follow the main road east. You'll run into the next town. From there, go north.
So, I mean, I guess it's best for us to keep going east, huh?
Yeah, sounds like we should keep going east.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Sounds smart.
Not all in favor. The eyes have it.
I guess at this point, like since I'm gonna have to hop past that one road anyway, I may as well just travel with them until we get to the intersection,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then well, I'll run ahead like towards the intersection and like kind of dive into the bottom or like the southeast quadrant.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, but for the most part, I'll travel with them until it seems like
how you get there.
yeah, until it seems like a good idea to get ahead of them before
I am also
I-
imagining you literally just like sprinting to the intersection and just fucking face first diving into the bushes now.
I mean, basically, yeah.
I'm out.
I mean, I imagine that when I was going back towards them, they were also traveling towards me. I don't know
Yes.
I don't know how far out they were, but or how far behind me they were, but I imagine it was only about like 50 feet or so.
Because
Maybe
I
even
know my
shorter.
like distances are off. I'm trying to like think about the house as a time for or as a reference. For it to make sense, I'm going to say you were probably on the better portion of probably closer to like 100 meters, 50 to 100 meters.
Okay.
Because I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm like, if you're 60 feet behind it, there's no reason for you to be ahead of them. You will literally just get a sneak attack on whoever is murdering the party.
Right.
You weren't close enough to spring. You weren't far enough away to like notice and defuse or warn of a trap until the trap was fucking sprung.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
yeah.
I'm pushing that much more to like the 100-ish meter range.
All right, sounds good. It'll be a hell of a lot harder for them to actually keep track of me then, but
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense.
At this point, we'll just assume you know a way to run back and signal them. Because if
Yeah.
someone didn't see you coming forward, they didn't see you going out unless you stood up and yelled at them.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, like worst case scenario, I can just make my way to the like to the actual path and then run that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's why I deliberately said that I was on the the south side, 'cause that way
Yeah.
like as long as I have the path in my sight, I can run onto the path, run left, and I'm making my way back to the party. Anyway, yeah, so like when we start nearing the intersection, I am going to basically sprint ahead and dive into the foliage. Like in the in this quadrant. I guess that'd be another stealth roll once I get there, assuming.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh.
because just because tired and Nicole's also sick. Before we do the next checks and stuff like that, I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll call it here. I will, unless it's just bad for people. Is 9 better, or is 9 okay? Because Desmond said he's with work and stuff. He just can't make it Wednesday nights. He's getting home and then shoving food in his nose and trying to sit down and play, and it's just not working for him.
I mean,
I'm fine with whenever.
it's better than the after 10 we just did.
Yeah.
We'll start pushing for a hard 9 now.
All right.
So everybody be here at 8:55, or I'll throw things at you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sounds good.